Good morning, boys and girls. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing good. You ready to learn? Okay, let's do our good morning song, Rise and Shine. And I hope y'all are up. Okay, let's do it. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. We are so glad you are here, and I hope you're up, ready to learn. Okay, let's do our weather song. What is the weather like today? Let's see. Let's get a girl today. How about the queen? We can do the weather. Let's see. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? The queen, what's the weather? What's the weather like today? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it raining out today? Is it windy? Is it snowing? What's the weather like today? And Daquina, you can tell us what the weather is like today. And so far, from my house, it's cloudy. And it's warm outside. Look like we might get some rain today. Okay, let's go our alphabet. We got a new alphabet today. We doing review. And it is the letter D. And the sound that the D make is D, 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 D. And let's read what it say. It say, Don digs all day, deep down in the what? Dirt. D, D, D. Dig, Don, dig. And she is digging a what? Deep hole. And look what's behind her. What is behind her? She have a friend watching her. Who's that? It's a bird. It's a bird. And that's flowers or dandelion. And the letter D is D, D, D. Dawn, dig, day, deep, down, dirt, dig, dawn, dig. All of them begins with the letter D. D, 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 D. Okay, well, and I also have some pictures that begins with D. Y'all like these. Donut. I know y'all like donuts. It begins with the letter D. What? Duck. Duck begins with the letter D. And we should see a lot of ducks. Not this type. This type of duck right here you have in your bathtub playing with. Or your water table. You have a little plastic duck. A rubber duck. But you also see a bunch of ducks now in the what? Lake. Around the lake. Doctor. We go to the doctor if we're not feeling good. We also take our dogs and animals to a doctor too, but he's called a veterinarian. So the doctor begins with D. And dog begins with D. Dog begins with D. And also Miss Terry dog her name begins with the letter D. Daisy. And Daisy is a dog. And then it's a daisy, that's a flower. Yeah. And our letter is what? D. 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 Okay. And also, let's go back over D. The letter A is, it say its name, A, acorn, apple, A. B, bubble. It's the sound is B, B, B. Like Benjamin, B, B, B. Bunny, bubble, It's the letter B. And the sound is B, B, B. Next is C. K, K, K. It's the K sound. Kathy. K, K, K. Cook. K, K, K. Cat. K, K, K. Cap. K, K, K. Curl. The letter C. K, K. Next is D, D, D. D, D, D. Daisy. D, D. And we say who? Daisy. This Daisy is a what? Doll. Doll begins with D. Daisy doll. And also Miss Terry doll. Name is Daisy. And it begins with the letter D. And Daisy is a dog. Dog begins with the letter D. So let's go over real fast. A. A. B. 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 C. K. 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 C. D. 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 Very good. Okay. And we're going to do some colors. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. And the tone is, if you're happy, you know it. If your clothes have any red, any red. If your clothes have any red, any red. If your clothes have any red, put your finger on your head. If your clothes have any red, any red. Red. Okay, let's see what the next one is. If your clothes have any blue, any blue. If your clothes have any blue, any blue. If your clothes have any blue, put your finger on your what? Shoe. If your clothes have any blue, any blue. If your clothes have any what? Yellow, any yellow. If your clothes have any yellow, any yellow. If your clothes have any yellow, what? Smile like a fellow. If your clothes have any yellow, any yellow. Okay. What's the next one? Let's get it. Let's get it. Brown. If your clothes have any brown, any brown. If your clothes have any brown, any brown. If your clothes have any brown, turn your smile into a frown. If your clothes have any brown, any brown. If your clothes have any black, any black. If your clothes have any black, any black. If your clothes have any black, tap your neighbor's what? Back. If your clothes have any black, any black. Okay, good. Next. If your clothes have any white, any white. If your clothes have any white, any white. If your clothes have any white, give a hug with all your might. If your clothes have any white, any white. Good job. Now, we left out some colors. Can you tell me the colors that we are missing? We have four colors that we are missing. What colors are they? Pink, orange, green, and purple. Okay, good. Okay, so what are our colors? And your shapes. What I want you to do with your shapes, you go around through the house and find different shapes today. You look for your what? Square. You look for the circle. You look for octagon, a star, a rectangle, a triangle, and a heart. See, can you find them in your house? Okay. And let's see what else we're gonna do. We this week we're talking about different cultures. And yesterday, Miss Terry talked about Mexico, and she showed you a little Mexican girl. And we have a lot of Mexicans in the United States, and they speak Spanish and stuff. And it's a lot of different cultures in the United States. Everybody's different, and everybody do different things, different ways. And we dress different. We wear our hair different. Our language is different. We eat different food, and we have different sports and activities that we do as our family culture. What we like to do. We're like Robinson County have a lot of Native Americans, and they do different things from the African Americans. And we have Robinson County, we have the Native Americans, we have African Americans, we have Mexicans, we have some Chinese people, we have some Italians, and we have different people in Robinson County and around our area. Okay, so we are talking about, like I say, different cultures and stuff, and we also still talking about our five senses and how we feel, our feelings. So can anybody tell me, what is this feeling? Happy. This little fella happy because you can tell by his face. I also talked about your body language. You don't have to say anything. Just the way you look at people, the way you act, tell people what you mean. So he's happy. Okay. Look at him. He's proud. He's proud of whatever he accomplished or whatever he did. Look at her face. She's embarrassed. Some things that you do that you shouldn't have done, or something happened to you. Maybe you wet your pants. You be embarrassed, or fell down and everybody laughing. You embarrassed. Look at his face. He's what? Sad. You can see it. Look at hers. Oh, she's what? Surprised. Or what? Excited. She can't believe it. She's excited. And this one is hopeful. I think I can get it right. We had a little boy in our class last year. He was very hopeful. Year before last year. The Kai was very hopeful. No matter what happened, the Kai had a positive attitude. He could do it. This one, what? Guilty. Sometimes we feel guilty about some things that we say to people, or some things that we do that we know is not what, right? So we feel guilty about it. Miss McQueen and Miss Terry said we have a lot of what? Sorries in the classroom. You take something from someone, or you hit someone. I'm sorry. Are you really sorry? Ooh. What is she? Tired. She's tired. And look at this one. Bored. We had a little girl in our class that always said, I'm bored. But her boredness came from that she didn't want to mingle with the other children. So she was bored. So she had to go make friends. But she wanted everybody to come to her. So everybody was doing their own thing. So they never came to her that much. So she always said she was bored. So then when she started mingling with the kids, playing with them, this old word changed to this word right here. Happy. She ended up happy. Jealous. All of us feel jealous sometimes. Some people accomplishments, or some things that they do, or some things that the teacher say about another student. The other students get jealous. excited. Excited. A lot of y'all be excited. Loved. And this is a lot that we do in our classroom. We love you a lot. And like I told you before, angry. If you're real angry, you go to a timeout for a while, get yourself together and come back. And we want to see this face right here. We want to see this face. Hopeful. You are hopeful that you won't get in trouble anymore. And you can get to do what you want to do. And you thought about what you did. And then at the end, you turn out to be what? Happy. So we don't have a lot of anger in our class. Shy. We have a lot of shy. But about time you get ready to leave Head Start, you're right here. You're happy. You're excited. You're hopeful. And you be surprised all the time. You surprise yourself. And what else? And you're proud of yourself. So those are some of the emotions that you go through, feelings and stuff. And if somebody bother you, tell them how you feel. Tell them, so, well, I didn't like you taking that from me. I feel very sad. Or you made me sad because you took the toy from me. Tell people how you feel. And even if somebody did a good job. Jakeem, you did a great job today. So, tell them how you feel. Okay, today I'm going to read you a story about a snake. It's a garter snake. And the reason why I'm reading you this story, because now since it have got real warm and stuff, and a lot of you going outside playing, you need to watch out for snakes, because they out crawling around looking for stuff to eat. Or they just traveling. That means they just moving along, doing whatever they snake's supposed to do. So I'm going to read you the story, The Garter Snake at Willow Creek Lane. And also in this book, we have a Mexican family. And when I read it, you can tell by their name that they're Mexican. Here. And then later on today, I will read you the story called How Do You Say Goodnight? How do you say goodnight? And I'll be right back.